Yo dudes, B-Man and Nick from Verdicks. Welcome back. We missed you. Tonight, we're going to discuss the concept of negative capability. So stick around for a few minutes, get smarter. It's really that easy. Nick, tell me if this rings true in your life. On more than one occasion, my wife or my boss has called me out on some bullcrap opinion or bullcrap answer that I gave. So in that scenario, instead of exerting some negative capability, which is essentially just being comfortable, accepting, and thriving in a place of being in the unknown and being uncertain and not having an answer or an opinion, instead, I just spit out some nonsense to cover my butt. And that is actually a halting of all progress. Ring true in your life at all?
100%. The other Verdicks member, D-Man, is probably infamous for calling me out on a lot of things that I happen to catch up in the Twitterverse that I basically tend to accept as gospel. And I think that's we live in a time where we have basically the largest, most comprehensive source of information and knowledge available to us via the internet, WikiLeaks, Google, whatever it is. And although that comes with a lot of upside, it's got a lot of downsides too, because how do you verify, regulate, fact check
Mm-hmm.
the literal endless amounts of information out there? And so I often find myself quoting things that I really have no business quoting. Um, and Dennis calls me out on that, and God bless him for doing that, because it's something that is a problem in modern day society. We don't know it all, and it's okay to not know everything, right?
Yeah, I've actually grown to appreciate those people who will look me in the eye and say, I don't know.
Yeah,
Because there's a zen like in that negative capability,
right.
right? You find that, okay, I don't know what the answers to the universe are, and I might never know. And the sooner you can accept that, the sooner you can move on, or even start to dig for answers in which you might find some other sort of meaning in life.
Yeah,
So, negative capability is something I'm really working on. Just trying to be okay in the uncertainty, in the turmoil, in the volatility, in the unexpected. And to some degree, COVID has actually helped this, right? We
yeah,
don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't know what orders we're going to get from the government or what the virus is going to do. It's almost impossible to predict the future. So, in a way, we're kind of living in this like just be okay in the moment without knowing. It makes for hard planning, but it doesn't necessarily make for a less fulfilled life, actually more fulfilled.
yeah.
And I'm driven to find different types of answers.
Yeah, I mean, if you literally know everything, what's left to do? Like it's part of the greatest things about life are learning something new, developing a new skill set. You know, I like in Reddit, right? Today I learned is like one of the most popular subreddits out there. You just peruse that, and it's like, man, there is a ton of like millions of people that learn something new every single day. That is cool. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
And pretending to know everything can actually get you into a boatload of trouble, right? Like if you're just spitting stuff out, right? Like I've dabbled, and I say dabbled because that's exactly what it is, in like cryptocurrency.
Sure.
And I happen to tell other people that I feel like this crypto coin is going to, skyrocket, or I'm reading that it's like the next big coin. And most of the time, it's actually validated. And then what happens is everyone thinks I'm some crypto expert. And they're like, "Hey, what other coins are going to pop off?" And it's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I don't know. Not only do I don't know, but if you were to ask me like what blockchain is, I've got no clue. Like I don't know. I couldn't tell you what makes these things valuable. I couldn't tell you why one's better than the other, but now I'm looked at as some sort of expert because I decided that I know a little bit about something that I have no business having an opinion on. Like
I think
absolutely no
that
business.
that makes for interesting people, though. When I think about the people I find most engaging, they're the people who know a little bit about a lot of stuff. You can
Yeah.
have lots of great conversation, and you can feel free to dive in afterwards.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, when you're sitting at home with your wife, be like, that guy's full of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was way off.
Yeah.
What's interesting about humans and where this negative capability comes into play is that we always look for patterns, and we look for things that are familiar, and we want there to be answers. We're answer seeking. It's part of why we're so driven. So given a scenario of two paths, your brain is naturally going to look for a pattern and try to decide, oh, that one looks more familiar, or it feels like it's pointing in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still using that data. It's hard to turn off that data aspect.
Yeah.
Where if you were in true negative capability mode, then you might just take any path, because it doesn't matter what the outcome is, or what those patterns look like, or the answers might be. And by choosing the path that we know feels familiar, we might be missing out on the greater answers.
100%.
It's okay to go and look for beauty where there might not be beauty, right?
Yeah. And it's even more important to realize that it's okay that when you are called out, or realize, or are told that you're wrong, one of the most mature things you can do as an adult is be okay with admitting you're wrong and changing your mind, right? Don't be that guy that literally gets caught out and like the evidence is like right there and you're like, no, like, no, like nobody likes that guy. Nobody wants that guy.
Yeah.
It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to be proven wrong. And it is a massive sign of maturity to accept that, learn from it, and not make the same mistake. So there's a lot to be said about admitting to not knowing everything, and not pawning someone else's thoughts, ideas as your own when you don't understand them. And again, realizing that you're not infallible, and that you make mistakes. And what better in life than to have something that you believed for a very long time be proven wrong, right? Like it could literally change the way you look at the world if you have this belief that you've like molded your life by. To find out that it's wrong could be something that is like the next 30 years you've got a completely different outlook on life that could literally free you up to live a more fulfilled, more satisfying, happier, more involved life. And that's really what it's all about, the journey.
Yeah, I use the analogy of living in the gray, and I like to live in the gray. I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
I believe in some global warming. I believe we're not the full cause of it. I'm in the gray, right? And I think most of us are in the gray. And if we would accept that living in the gray, we would probably get along better as a species.
Yeah, 100%.
So basically, embrace the concept of negative capability. It's okay not to have an opinion on everything. In fact, it's you kind of win if you don't. It's okay not to have an answer, except that there might not even be an answer. It might even be that those who are more readily to accept that there is no answer will be more successful, because they're going to find opportunities in the exploration, right? So that's my take on negative capability.
Yep. I've got nothing to add, just work on it, focus on it, be okay in the unknown. Life is a mystery up until the very end. And make peace with the ambiguity. It's a novel idea in modern society, but it's something that I think the world as a whole could benefit from if we just took, a page out of that book.
Completely agree. So for more information, we actually have a piece on negative capability on our website, just a short essay. We got a collection of other short essays, and we expect to be publishing more every Tuesday and Friday. It's linked in this video down below. You can give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and give us a like if you like the video. Just give us the like anyway. It doesn't cost you anything, and it would probably make us feel good. And until next time, shields up.
Shields up.
All rise. The well-hung jury is now in session.